Yo guys, Chris here, Enemy Spirit Gamer, and welcome back to more Star Trek Online. Last time on Star Trek Online, we did the mission Possibility of the Plausible, and today we'll be continuing the Moira Discovery story arc with the last mission, Impossibility of Reason. Now, why am I at Risa? Well, as it happens, as of recording this episode, the 2019 Risa Lohunat Festival is going on. Now, this is not gonna be, obviously this is not gonna be a video covering the entire thing because almost nothing is completely different from it. It's basically the same thing. However, there are a few new items that you may be interested in that I'll go over here. So, in terms of the swimwear, there's some new emotes available that you can buy with Lohunat favors that you get from the events here. The charge, warm up, and ball game are all reminiscent of the sounds I think you'd find in the Deep Space Nine. What's it called? Series. They all have audio with it. I have none of them, but there are some new costumes. If I can go down. Oh, there's also some new food consumables: Jipper green juice, which is funny, spumoni, egg white burrito, and blueberries. There's also some new outfits. There are there are four new teams you can wear the uniform for. There's the Bozeman Titans, both for home and away, and the Ninian Slime Devils for both home and away. And as in terms of kits, I don't think there's anything new in terms of kits. There are some new vanity shields. This has been of a new thing that's been coming recently this year as in terms of vanity shields. If you're not familiar with vanity shields, there are some older items items you can use that change the look of your ship when you apply these shields. There's one for the Romulans. There's a couple for the Makos that you can get from the reputation the reputation system. There's some that you can get from other missions. There's a lot of them, but they've recently expanded upon the vanity shields in recent months, and you can get from all of these. All of these are new. These are entirely new items. You can get them through Lohunat Festivals, although they are ludicrously expensive. So if you're the kind of person who has the money to spare and don't like grinding, you can buy you can buy some, or open up some lock boxes. You have some in back stock. Get some Lobby crystals and buy some Lohunat favors outright. That's why I would do. I don't like grinding, even though I love MMOs like Star Trek Online. Those are new. I won't be any of them because I tend to like. Sure, whatever. I like to keep the vanilla look of my ships, more or less. I'm not the biggest fan of vanity shields, but hey, if you like to have your ship look a little different like your character, that's fine. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything new. Apart from a couple new pets, Reason holographic green carcals. I have a purple carcal, or what is it called? Amethyst tiger. Yeah, that's basically what a carcal looks like. It's kind of like a cat from Risa. One of my personal favorite pets. I got this a couple years ago. But other than that, there's not much else new. There might be some new floaters, I think. There's the impulsive black and gold and green and pink. There's some. There's a couple new power boards. There's swimwear. I don't think there's anything new. No, there's no new swimwear, and then there's the buyback. But that's really all that was introduced in this year's Lohunat Festival. None of the events are different. They're completely the same. Even the biathlon, which was present last year, is here again. They're all the same, but the items are new, and that's what I want to go over real quick before we start on anything. So, without further ado, let's get started on this next mission, one of my favorite from the Age of Discovery story arc, Impossibility of Reason.
The Prior's World simulation has provided some very interesting data. Starfleet Command wants to expand on what we've learned, and the latest simulation should help with that. Your participation in this simulation is important, though the subject matter may be sensitive. We're asking you to step into the aftermath of the battle at Prior's World. You'll be dealing with the actions of Ja'ula and her forces there under extreme conditions. Good luck.
Alright, so we can get a couple really cool items from this. I'm the kind of the person who tends to like items that generally look cool or kind of enhance the look of your tune a little bit. The Klingon Batlet, this is the Discovery variant, and the nanofiber insulated jacket. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So without further ado, let's get started on this. Impossibility of Reason. Go to Prior's World.
Baran's in trouble. Those Klingons won't stop until she's gone. We need to get in there before it's too late.
Mayday, Mayday, this is the USS Baran. We're taking heavy fire and need immediate assistance.
Ah, you come to save your comrade. Honorable, if not foolish. Come and save them. If you have the courage to stand in battle against true Klingon warriors.
That's a car! Looks like he didn't run far after Jahula beamed him out of prison. What? No good deed goes unpunished? Now if I'd listened to the warden instead of saving a car, this wouldn't be happening.
You did the best you could back there, Commander. A car's responsible for his actions, not you. Let's focus on doing what we can to help the Baran.
Yeah, sorry about the cut there. I had to just a little something on my monitor goes a little bit on the loud side, but yes, the thing on the Sec battle cruiser should be no problem to get take care of. One thing you may have noticed that's a little different about the audio, my voice is not, you know, exaggerating or kind of holding on syllables for very long, because I'm not hearing the monitor of my audio through Ardor. That was kind of a dumb thing to do, I will admit, and I kind of regret putting that video out there. It just does not sound as good as I would like it to be. But so I'm not going to use my monitor for that anymore, because apparently my brain cannot handle it. But anyway, there's something I kind of like to talk about in terms of the lack of uploads. It's just, I like when I get into a workflow, when I get into a groove, it tends to stay kind of in the groove for a good, 24 hours, maybe a little longer than that. I suddenly got out of that groove, and it kind of became perpetual in that nothing was ever getting done. I was missing upload dates and everything. It's just, it was nuts, and I'm going to try to get this thing back on track. Trying to, upload and release on time and everything. It's just, it hasn't been fun, I will admit. It's just, I've been having a lot of trouble, in terms of stress lately, at my day job and everything, and it's just been ruining my kind of mental well-being. And, the thing about having autism is that, a lot of time you're bright and happy and kind of carefree, but your mind is fragile. And as a result of that, things do tend to go wrong when things need to get done. And I apologize for that. But I'm going to try to get things back on track again. Hopefully things will pick up and be able to release everything that needs to be released on time. So anyway, that's kind of my rant for that. Assisting the USS Baran is next. I think I'll cut out these next fights because they're just bird of prey and nothing particularly interesting. So yeah. I'll cut out these next little bit of fights real quick.
Incoming hails from the Baran. What? The warp core! Someone's triggered the self-destruct. Oh my god. Baran. She's gone.
Well, that was certainly quite the scene there. So the Baran is gone. What happened to her crew? Well, we don't know it quite yet, but we will quite soon, so don't worry. We need to defeat the last of these remaining Klingons. They do really cling on, don't they? But no, it's like, that was kind of a weird scene, whatever. So it looks like there was an escape pod that was launched, thankfully. It's sitting right over there. I'll mention that that little bit of a performance there in a minute. I'll get to that, so don't worry. It is a bit of a notable thing to mention.
Sick bay's reporting in. Captain Lorca needs extensive medical facilities. More than you have on board your ship. We need to get him to a starbase or to Starfleet Medical. I understand, Captain. The ion storm is getting worse and Pryor's world can't be left undefended. But if you can spare just one of your shuttles, we'll get them that way. please? He's going to die if we don't do something, and I can't let that happen.
All right, so we're about to go into a ground area. Why, you'll see in a minute. It would be wise to bring a medic along with you. Salamer on this particular character is my medic, so I'll take her.
We'll reach the edge of the storm soon.
Don't spare the horses, Commander. I've had a lot of days better than this one.
Enemy vessel on sensors. They're targeting us.
Take evasive action.
They're firing to disable.
They want us alive.
Shields are gone. Impulse is failing.
Get us on the ground, Commander.
Crash position. Ready for impact. Any landing you can walk away from, huh? Tricorder isn't showing any serious injuries. You'll live. Atmos breathable, but this is a Class P environment. The cold doesn't kill us. The Klingons will. No way they're gonna let us go now. We need shelter, and fast.
Damn. This place reminds me of some of the places my family dragged me to for a vacation back home. You really haven't lived until you go camping on Andoria. Makes this place look like Waikiki Beach.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Ensign. But those of us who didn't grow up on an ice moon aren't as amused. Emergency survival protocol. Break out the gear and supplies and find shelter. I don't want this weather finishing with the Klingons started.
So we're here on an ice rock, huh? In here you'll find some supplies.
I'm reading some cave systems up on that mountainside. It might be a good place to set up camp. Maybe even a distress beacon. I can use the shuttle's emergency transporter to send Captain Lorca and another person there. Get them out of this wind and cold. It's only good for one transport, though. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, we lost some pieces of the shuttle while we were coming down. Some of that might be useful here. We should keep an eye out for anything we can easily salvage.
They made it. It takes guts to beam into a cave with an emergency transporter mostly held together with wishful thinking. Now, we just need to get there ourselves. The old-fashioned way, on Shank's mare, through a frozen wasteland. You take me to all the best places, Ellen.
Right, sorry about the cut. I was adjusting something real quick. I'm adjusting a lot of things in my setup right now. So on an ice rock, alone.
We worry about leaving tracks that the Klingons can follow?
See those ice formations? Temperatures get high enough to thaw, then refreeze.
So, the snow will probably melt enough to lose our tracks in the next few hours.
Right, and if it stays cold and humid, we'll get more snow anyway.
Good news. Now we just have to worry about finding our way out of here.
Wait, you see those mounds of snow? Some of them are just going to be light powder, but some of those were built. Watch your step. There might be life forms in those, and they might not like unwanted guests.
Kerwin to team. My tricorder says there's a piece of the shuttle manifold near your position. Grab it if you can, okay? We could really use it.
Alright, so we got a little bit of fighting here. Some Kaikitan beasts. They're just basically generic, enemies. They're part of the alien faction. It's just, if you're not familiar with the alien faction, it's basically just like kind of a minor faction of generic enemies that appear from time to time. They're not very commonly used. But they are kind of interesting to see, nonetheless, you know, because like Star Trek has always been that kind of that series where it's been important to respect all life, alien or not. And all of a sudden, you're kind of fighting these guys, and it's kind of interesting to see, nonetheless. So here's the part of the shuttle. Oh, did not do anything. There we go.
We got your widget, Kerwin. Never mind the beasties.
Sorry about that. I wonder if they were staying close to it for warmth.
Good work. Keep it coming. We're gonna need a lot more tricks to survive.
Fumaroles. I was wondering if we'd see any, and here they are. Look, geothermal activity pushes heated water up and forms those bubbling mud pools. I wouldn't recommend taking a dip, though. That stuff is scalding.
Kerwin here. I'm picking up another piece of debris near you. Looks like some live circuitry survived thanks to a Duralloy shell. Can you grab it for me? Thanks.
Alright, so fumaroles. This stuff is hot mud. You do not want to touch it. So what you want to do is kind of obvious, because if you've never been through this kind of thing in a video game before, then I don't know what you're doing. Oh shoot, fumarole worm. So before the fumaroles start to erupt a little bit, they're not going to erupt so much that things are going to be mud's going to be flying everywhere. But it's going to show you kind of the perimeter of where the mud is going to start rising, and you want to avoid that. It's kind of simple. So continue over here. If you noticed already, there's a marker on the map that we need to head to. That's where the cave is, where we need to head to. However, be careful. The game's automatic crew AI is not perfect. So it is possible that one of your crew members could accidentally walk into the fumarole as it's erupting or it's about to. So keep an eye out on that. Keep an eye on your crew health over here to the side, because you don't want to lose any of them, right this early. It's probably going to happen, from my experience from when I played this episode before. It's going to happen anyway. So keeping them, alive for right now is probably the best thing you can do, because that's not going to be the last time we're going to be in the fumaroles.
Over by the rocks?
Yeah, I think it's another piece of the shuttle.
What are these marks in the ice? Tracks of some kind?
It's big, whatever it is. Let's not wait to find out more.
I continue heading towards the cave. Come on, there we go.
Never thought I'd be happy to see a cave, but here we are. I can almost feel my toes again. This was a good choice. Defensible position, adequate shelter, picking up some water inside as well. Might be able to cobble up some fortifications by carving out some rock. Looks like they're a little deeper in the cave. If I know Kerwin, he's probably hard at work cobbling a warp core together out of rocks, a hypo spray casing, and a belt buckle.
Head into the cave. You can put away your weapons at this point. You don't need them for right now. Although, if you want to keep them out, it's fine. Doesn't really matter to me.
Captain Lorca's life signs are stable for now. His medical unit is functioning normally, and he didn't suffer any further wounds during the crash.
Some good news for a change. Nice work, everyone. Let's set up camp. Kerwin, see if there's a way to send a coded distress beacon. To Pev, we need to know if there's anything we can use to survive around here.
So reheat rock.
Nice. That'll be warm and cozy for a while.